Hi again everyone, and welcome to Hot Humble Pie. My channel will help you dupe some of the Dollar Tree craft supplies, give you tips on what supplies you can find for free, and show you how to create beautiful, expensive looking decor with things you would normally consider trash. So if you enjoy crafting and don't mind spending time on detail, get ready to have some fun. Now this month we're going to be focusing on items you already have at home, since many of us find ourselves at home. And please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I would love y'all to join in the fun. These are some wooden beads at Pottery Barn. They want over $100 for them, and I'm going to show you how to make them almost for free. That's right, you heard me right. Almost for free. Stay tuned. You're going to need some salt, everybody. You're going to need some flour, and you're going to need some water. And you're going to need to watch through this video, everyone, because along the way I'm going to be walking you through it, giving you tips and tricks to make sure that your results come out beautiful. I'm going to let you sit and enjoy the music and watch. And I'm going to chip in when I think it's necessary because you guys need further instruction. I hope you enjoy the video. You do not need a floured board. This dough is really kind of soft and moist and feels good in the hands, but you do need to knead it really well. I kneaded mine for about 5 minutes. I'm just folding the dough back and forth and squishing it between my fingers. You're also going to need the skewers you see on the side there, because you're going to be taking little pieces of dough and rolling them into a ball and gently pushing a hole through them as you slide them down the skewer. Be very gentle when you're working with the dough and pushing it down the skewer, because you don't want it to lose its shape. If it does a little bit, you can work with it like you see I'm doing there to kind of get it back in shape again. I also forgot that this dough tends to dry out when you're working with it, so make sure you keep it in a plastic bag. The perfect size for the perfect bead, as it turns out, is ½ teaspoon, and if you keep it around there, it also keeps them all the same size, which looks nice. Also, if you go bigger than that, I found that when the bead is on the skewer, it drags and sags a little bit because the dough is heavy and it makes the hole too big, and so that doesn't look nice either. So stay around ½ teaspoon or under. And here I'm going to show you how wonderful versatile this dough is. You know all those little neat wooden trinkets you see like at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, even the Dollar Tree, and they kind of add up if you want to buy them for your crafts. This dough dries hard as a rock and dries looking like fresh pine, and you can pretty much construct anything. So here I am using a cookie cutter to make a heart, and that's going to be at the end of my beads. You can make Christmas ornaments with this, whatever your heart desires. I mean, really guys, if you're good at freehanding, you can just, sky's the limit, just have fun. Now if you find any of your little guys are getting stuck, just use a spatula to lift them up gently, and you can reshape them once they're in your hand. You can also dip your cookie cutter in some water to help them release. And here I'm going to freehand the next shape. I'm going to let you guys try to guess what I'm going to make here. Let's see if you can, just for fun. Here I'm showing you that it's important to keep them spaced apart so that they bake evenly. They've been baking for 2 hours, and you see those little light spots. That tells you it's not quite done. Here they are, all the way baked through. Now the bigger ones cooked beautifully because they have a hole in the middle. The smaller ones didn't need a hole in the middle because they're small. They cooked all the way through, using those for a later project. And here's what they should sound like. That is the biggest bead in the Dollar Tree pack. I'm stringing mine on jute twine, but of course you can use anything you can find around the house, yarn, dental floss, raffia. If you use dental floss or raffia, make sure you use 3 rows of it to ensure that it's strong. And if you don't care for the way it looks when you use the end of it to wrap around and tie your little trinket on, just paint it whatever color you want. It's important that you bake this dough correctly. If you turn the temperature up too high to try and rush things through, they'll bubble up and get deformed. If you pull them out too early before they're all the way dry, then they'll be prone to be wet inside, and over the years they'll either cave in or crack. If you do it correctly, these little babies will last you till the next ice age. That's a wine cork I'm showing you all, nice and rustic, and just giving you some options in case you don't want to tie a tassel. If you don't have twine and you don't have a wine cork, you can even go outside and pick a really pretty rock and glue it on the other end. I've done that before. Looks really rustic, looks really good, and it's another option for you. And here I'm going to point out that when you tie, make sure you leave one end longer and one end shorter, because when you tie your first tie, you want to use that long end to wrap around and around and around to make a pretty tassel at the top. You can see I put it a little too high. It snuck up on me, so I'm going to scoot it back down where I want it to be, tie it. There I go. And then I'm going to wrap that long piece around and around. Now you can paint these beads any color paint you want and any type of paint that you want. You can even stain them. You do have to seal them with a polyacrylic water-based or Mod Podge or something that's water resistant, because if they're sitting in water they'll get mushy. But then again, real wood, if it sits in water, will get mushy, so it's fair. Also, there's a recipe at the end, another option that I gave you guys, option 2. It's made from cornstarch and baking soda. That one does not require the oven. It's an air dry one overnight, but they do dry snow white. So if you're after white beads, they're perfect. But if you're after the natural wood like these, then I recommend this recipe. I'm leaving mine natural, and I'm just going to seal them up with some matte Mod Podge, and we are good to go. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And please like and share the video. It really does help my video get out there, and it will help other people who don't have a lot of money enjoy beautiful home decor too. Until then, breathe deep, fret not, and do things that make you happy.
Thank you.